Imagine this. Starting next Monday, your company announces that all year-end evaluations will be automatically generated by AI based on your digital behavior. Not 10 years from now, not in a sci-fi movie, but in just 3 weeks, your first report deciding bonuses and layoff lists will be ready. Technically, it's already entirely possible. Slack, emails, code repositories, calendar entries, login records, all the data is already in place, just waiting for a single command. So, what happens if this really happens? Who gets laid off first? You or that colleague next door who's always spamming received in the chat? Your evaluation will be written by an algorithm that remembers every line of code you've deleted, every link you've clicked, and even the emails you refresh at 3 a.m. Your boss? They can't even remember what you did last Tuesday. Their judgment is a mix of caffeine, bias, and the last meeting's impression. But AI? It doesn't forgive, it doesn't forget, and it doesn't understand what a bad day means. Your boss looks at how hard you seem to be working. AI looks at your digital footprint. The company memo would read, to improve objectivity and efficiency, all performance evaluations will be automatically generated by an algorithm based on digital workplace data. The rules. The system goes live on Monday. The first report determining bonuses and layoffs is due in 3 weeks. They call it bias-free fairness. But the truth is, it's not about being fair to you. It's about making firing you mathematically indisputable. The twist. This isn't an HR upgrade, it's a silent coup. For decades, companies have been drowning in data. Slack messages, emails, login records, a sea of noise. But now, they have cheap and powerful AI that can turn this sea into a weapon. It no longer looks at the reports you submit, but at every digital breath you take. Private jokes in chats, 5-minute news scrolls, deleted drafts, all counted. Your career will be reduced to a code score. And that machine, it doesn't understand what flow or creative burnout is. The scariest part isn't what AI sees, it's what it's trained to see. It doesn't see your brilliant ideas shared in the break room, because if they weren't emailed, they didn't happen. It punishes those who are most focused. Deep working programmers, writers in flow, strategists staring at whiteboards. Their value is born in silence. But to the algorithm, silence equals inactive. Focus equals unengaged. Full concentration, it gets read as laziness. Let's look at 2 employees. Bob, a 15-year veteran, efficient and concise in his code, the team's firefighter. But his Slack status often shows a way he turns off notifications to stay focused. He hates endless meetings and performative small talk, believing the work itself will speak for him. In the old world, he was invaluable. In the new world, his digital footprint is a barren desert. Alice, who's been with the company for 6 months, always shows green on Slack. She replies to every company announcement with an emoji, posts an inspirational quote every morning, and loves jumping in to summarize others' chats and CCing the manager. Her actual output, pretty average, but her digital ghost is a supernova. Screaming engaged, collaborative, proactive. Result? AI deems Alice's engagement 500% higher than Bob's. It labels Bob as low collaborative output and recommends a performance improvement plan. Meanwhile, Alice is tagged as high potential rising star. One is the soul of the company, the other a corporate role player. Which one does the machine prefer? This isn't a trick question. The system isn't flawed. It's an industrialized assembly line of injustice. Worse yet, when AI is tasked with measuring leadership, it only knows how to count. It doesn't analyze the insights in your emails, it just counts how many you've sent. It doesn't evaluate code quality, only how many lines you've submitted. It measures Slack response speed in seconds. One hasty reply ranked higher than an hour of thoughtful response. It rewards noise and punishes silence. Deep thinking leaves no trace is 0. Spend an hour solving a problem and it's the same as staring off into space for an hour, no difference in the algorithm's eyes. AI doesn't measure your contribution, it measures your digital breadcrumbs. If you don't constantly like, comment, or update your status, the system treats you as invisible. This isn't a miscalculation. It's a complete subversion of valuable work. It forces you to choose. Are you here to do the work or to perform for the algorithm? So ordinary people start to fight back, not with code, but with survival performance strategies. Some learn to send strategic emails, even confirming launch plans with the manager in CC. Others turn deep work into high-value thinking blocks and mark them in red on the calendar. Some realize that if they raise their hand at an all-hands meeting, their score goes up by 0.5. This isn't innovation. It's relearning how to exist under the algorithm's gaze. And the management, they're staring at the same dashboard, but they see paradise. Collaboration metrics up 1000%, meetings, documents, messages skyrocketing. They think AI has brought efficiency, but all they're seeing is a meticulously choreographed collective performance. This is pure corporate arrogance. They've fallen in love with the illusion of a bias-free machine, while ignoring the chaos underneath. When you can point to a number and say he should go, who's left for difficult human conversations? 3 weeks later, at the all-hands meeting, Bob barely scraped through with a 6.5 after performing. Alice tops the charts with a 9.9. Full of confidence, the CEO steps up and announces the first layoff. Alice. The room gasps. Why? Because the AI found Alice's performance metrics surged 1,200% in the last 2 weeks. Historical data links this pattern to job changers. More fatal, she became a key knowledge silo. Too much information passed through her, and AI marked her as a single point of failure. To mitigate risk, the system chooses to cut its top performer. The aftermath is a silent wasteland. Now, whether you're like Bob, getting things done, or like Alice, performing, you're punished. The rules are no longer decipherable. Employees are trapped in an unsolvable dilemma, the corporate version of the Lombard test. Buddies rise. This is a perfect enactment of Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. The company set engagement as the goal, and employees began performing engagement. AI rewards, then punishes. Productivity collapses. Because no one is innovating anymore, they're just trying to survive in the algorithm's maze. The future of work isn't humans versus machines. It's humans trapped in a maze built by machines, the walls shifting with invisible rules. The real skill isn't coding or marketing, it's algorithm appeasement. Learn to manage your digital ghost. Feed that beast just right to keep it satisfied, but not enough to make you a threat. So, back to our assumption. If your company really implements this AI performance system tomorrow, are you ready to start performing, or do you want to find a way to turn off that machine? Let me know in the comments.